Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Maya, and in today's video we are going to be picking out my July TBR. I had to figure out what month it was for a second. I was about to say May for some reason. My July TBR. So I think I did pretty decent in reading this month, but not decent at reading my TBR necessarily. I read 20 something books this month altogether, but these are my books for my TBR, right? So there's a lot. But I did not read Addicted to You. I did not read The Counselors. I did not read Escape Room. I am 140 pages into Fourth Wing. Something kind of counts. I'm gonna count that one. I did not read Shadow and Bone. I did not read Wrong Place, Wrong Time. Jeez. I did not read After. I read Red, White, and Royal Blue. I did not read Family of Liars. I read The Game. I read Happy Place. I did not read Grong. I did not read A Stolen Life. I feel like that one is a hard one to put on my TBR. I feel like that one needs to kind of be just when I feel like reading it, I read it. Because I don't do nonfiction. I did read The Inheritance Games and I fully annotated it. Well, I'm almost done. I need to go back through and like underline stuff again with like a pen. I did not read A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm still at like 3 chapters in. That's not gonna fit there. I did not read The Cruel Prince, and I did read Wonder. So I read we're gonna count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I read 5 full books, and then I'm into my 6th book, and then I didn't read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books. So that's 11 that we had to pick out of this jar. Plus whatever amount of books I need to read for the other thing. Jeez, okay. So I'm going to put these all somewhere that I can still access them. I don't want to put them back on the shelf yet, but I'm feeling some of them might be picked again because I like to pick things multiple times, but I'm just gonna put these like on the floor. These are gonna go over here for my wrap up. Well, all but Fourth Wing. Actually, I'm gonna leave Fourth Wing down here because I could pick it for prom. 11 books out of this. I did update this with all my books, and I got rid of all the ones that I'm getting rid of. All the books that I'm getting rid of are not in here anymore. And then I also bought like a couple books since I had updated this last time. I've only bought 1 book. Like recently though, so it's good. I need to like shuffle these up because they're all like, all of them were kind of by genre. I don't want to pick just specific genre. So if I just do that real quick. Now, we need 11 books from here. So I can see some of them and I don't want to see them. They are all in pencil. Now That I've Found You. I think that's romance, isn't it? Yeah. Here, there's paper all over my floor and it's getting stuck to my feet and it's causing me issues. Now That I've Found You by Christina Forrest. I don't really remember what this book is about. I think like one of them's a singer or something. It says, this glowing blend of romance, mystery, and New York City warmed my heart and made me laugh out loud. So, sounds interesting. And then number 2, I don't want to look because like I can see some of them. Ooh, Divergent. That's intriguing. That is right here. I do own the 3 main books of the series. I have read this before, but that was like a couple years ago, and so I don't really remember it that much. But yeah, I'll go over them in the end. We've got Twilight. I know some people that'll be very happy with that, but that's like a big-ish book. That's like a lot of pages. Okay, Twilight. I've never read or watched the Twilight series. I've never indulged in that fandom at all. I don't know, I never really got into it. I never really got into TV that much though, so makes sense. It's number 4. Truly Devious. I think it's giving me a decent mix of genres actually. That one's down here, right? Yep. Right behind my chocolate. Truly Devious. Should I say who that's by? Yeah. Maureen Johnson, and Divergent is by Veronica Roth, and Twilight is by Stephanie Meyer. I figured I should probably say that because I was not saying the names. That's 4. This is number 5. Fallen. I think this one's another paranormal book. I don't remember what it's about. But again, I will read them all at the end and tell you what they're all about. But this is by Lauren Kate. Number 6, I think? Yeah, number 6. The Sun is Also a Star. This one is by Nicola Yoon. It is the same author of Everything Everything, and also it has a movie. Why is my book damaged? I've never read this. That's kind of sad. I think someone spilled water on it. How dare they? But this is by the same author who wrote Everything Everything, and I loved that book. I do want to reread it, which is why it's up here, but I want to reread it. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is number 7. This might be a DNF. Beowulf. That is a classic. I have already read it, technically, but only like part of it. It's like a big book. Okay, well, Beowulf. This is translated by John Earl. I don't know who originally wrote it. I don't know anything about it, but that's it there. Number 8 is, it's already open. Changes in Latitude. This one looks like it's been folded more than twice. Changes in Latitude. I think that's over there. Give me a minute. This is a summary read. It's by Jen Malone. I think it's a YA romance. They're on like a yacht or something. Sounds summery. I don't know what number this is, but we're putting it out and then I'll count. No Filter. That is also over there, right behind where Changes in Latitude was actually. No Filter by Orla Collins. Maybe? I think that might be the name. I think it's another romance. I don't really know what it's about though. It says real love is more than a trick of the light. It is an art copy too, so that's interesting. That's 9. So this is 10. Challenger Deep. That's down here. Challenger Deep by Neil Schusterman. I feel like I've heard that name before. Somewhere other than this. And I think this is the last book. The Good Daughter. I think that's a thriller. Down here. I have seen this author actually blowing up lately. It's Karen Slaughter. I've seen this author blowing up for thrillers, so intrigued to read The Good Daughter. So, this is all of my jar picks for my penalties from last month. Now we have to roll the dice and figure out how many I need to read from that. So, again, there's so much paper on my floor. I'm sorry. This is also going to be really loud. But... Ooh, only 2. That's nice. Okay. Okay, now we're going to pick our prompts. Sorry, my camera was twisted. Where are the prompts? Sure. Here is the prompts jar. Let's go for our prompts. My hand barely fits in this jar. I don't really know why I'm using it, but ooh, this is a challenge prompt. Choose 2 books for the same prompt. So now I have to pick another prompt and then choose 2 books for it. So that's lovely. At least we only got 2 books for this month, so that's 3. Oh, this is a hard one. A book with a 1-word title. I have to find 2 books with 1-word titles. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Speak, definitely, by Lori Haas Anderson, I think. And then I think I might go with Heartless. It's between Heartless and Cinder, because I don't have many fantasies on this list. So like I'd like to add some cuter fantasies, some better fantasies. This one blew up recently, I know. And that one's part of a series. So I think I'm gonna go with Heartless by Marissa Meyer. They're both by the same author, but I feel like I want one that's not a part of a series. I feel like that'll be good. Now, our last prompt actually. Okay. It's a hard prompt again. Of course it is. So glad we got small numbers. Over 500 pages. What books in here do I have over 500 pages? We could go with A Court of Mist and Fury. I kind of want to do a whole series read along. How many pages is Fourth Wing? I think it's only 400 something. Yeah. It's like 498. Like right on the number. Okay, so do I go with this one? We're gonna go with A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas as our over 500 pages. It's 600 something pages. So, I think that's our TBR. Now I'm gonna read them and tell you what they're about. So, read the backs of them and tell them what they're about, obviously. I fully just said the wrong words there. We're just gonna move on. A Court of Mist and Fury is the second book in the ACOTAR series. I read the first one in like February or January or something like that. So like it's been a while. I've read 3 chapters of this already. And this, it's kind of hard to talk about it because it's the second book. But the whole series is about this girl named Feyre who kills a wolf in the woods, and she was not supposed to do that. And so then the Fae take her to their world thing, and lots of stuff happens. Lots of drama, whatever. It's basically the first book. And then this is the second book, so there's not much I could tell you. Just, it's a continuation of that, and I've heard that this book is everyone's favorite. This one or the third one. The second or the third one are people's favorites, so I'm very excited to actually finally read this book, hopefully this month. This is like the 3rd or 4th month this has been on my TBR. So we're really hoping I actually read it. Where can I even put this? You can't see that if it's up there. I gotta find a place to put this. And this is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I'm gonna read the back of this one because I'm kind of confused. It shouldn't be confusing, but it is. Catherine may be one of the most desired girls in Wonderland and a favorite of the unmarried king, but her interests lie elsewhere. A talented baker, she wants to open a shop and create delectable pastries, but for her mother, such a goal is unthinkable for a woman who could be a queen. At a royal ball where Cath is expected to receive the king's marriage proposal, she meets handsome and mysterious Jest. For the first time, she feels the pull of true attraction. At the risk of offending the king and infuriating her parents, she and Jest enter a secret courtship. Cath is determined to choose her own destiny, but in a land thriving with magic, madness, and monsters, fate has other plans. So it sounds kind of interesting. It's a retelling, I think, of the Queen of Hearts. So that's gonna be... The Queen of Hearts is not fun, so I'm kind of scared, and I've heard it's kind of sad. And this one, Melinda Sordino busted an end of summer party by calling the cops. So her old friends won't talk to her, and people she doesn't know hate her from a distance. The safest place to be is alone, inside her own head. But even that's not safe, because there's something she's trying not to think about, something about that night of the party that, if she let it in, would blow her carefully constructed disguise to smithereens. And then she would have to speak the truth. So this one sounds very interesting. I've heard decent things about it. It's very, very short, like under 200 pages. So that's kind of why I picked it for the one word, because it's short. And this one, The Good Daughter. 28 years ago, Charlotte and Samantha Quinn's happy small-town family life was torn apart by a terrifying attack on their family home. It left their mother dead. It left their father, Pickaville's notorious defense attorney, devastated, and it left the family fractured beyond repair. Consumed by secrets from that terrible night, now Charlie has followed in her father's footsteps to become a lawyer herself, the ideal good daughter. But when violence comes to Pickville again, and a shocking tragedy leaves the whole town traumatized, Charlie is plunged into a nightmare. Not only is she the first witness of this on the scene, but it's a case that unleashes the terrible memories she spent so long trying to repress. Because the shocking truth about the crime that destroyed her family nearly 30 years ago won't stay buried forever. That sounds scary. It's almost 500 pages long. This is a big thriller, jeez. Okay. It says 2 girls are forced into the woods at gunpoint. One runs for her life, one is left behind. What? I didn't read that part first. What? Okay, I'm very excited for that one, actually. Okay, that has to happen this month. Whoa. Then we have Challenger Deep by Neil Schusterman. Caden Bosch is on a ship that's headed for the deepest point on Earth, Challenger Deep, the southern part of the Mariana Trench. Caden Bosch is a brilliant high school student whose friends are starting to notice his odd behavior. Caden Bosch is designated the ship's artist in residence to document the journey with images. Caden Bosch pretends to join the school track team but spends his days walking for miles, absorbed by the thoughts in his head. Caden Bosch is split between his allegiance to the captain and the allure of mutiny. Caden Bosch is torn. Well, that confused me. So is he living two lives? What? This one's not that long either. I think it's under 300 pages. So, are there pictures? There are pictures. Ooh, fancy. Okay, that's cool. Then we have No Filter by Orla Collins. This says, anyone who follows Emerald on her social media accounts only sees a perfect life. Her loving, wealthy family, tight-knit group of friends, and devoted internet following. But the truth hides behind the scenes of her perfectly framed, filtered photos. Emerald's family is far from happy, and when she finds her mom unconscious on the bathroom floor, she can no longer keep it a secret. What? Okay, there's more, but what? Sent to stay with her grandmother in an isolated beach town with spotty Wi-Fi while her mother recovers and her father works non-stop, Emerald fears the long, lonely summer ahead of her. Then she meets Liam, an aspiring songwriter with his own troubles, and neither of them can deny their connection. But with secrets and lies, all that they're used to, can they really fall for each other, brave and true, with no filter? So it gives summery vibes too, but okay. So that one's gonna be depressing. Noted. Read that when I'm okay with feeling depressed all of a sudden. And then Changes in Latitude. This one's really long, but I think it was something about her parents' divorce, and her mom takes her and her brother on a 4-month sailing trip from Oregon to Mexico, and she ends up meeting this dude while they're on this trip. She hates the idea of being on this trip, and then she meets him, and everything's better. I don't know. I'm guessing. That's what most of those stories go like. This is Beowulf. I don't know what it's about. I'm not going to tell you what it's about because I don't want to know. I might not read it. I've learned that I'm not a big classics girl. Like, classics like that, not my fave. And then we have The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This says, did the universe bring them together only to keep them apart? Natasha, I'm a girl who believes in science and facts, not fate. Not dreams that will never come true. I'm definitely not the kind of girl who meets a cute boy on a crowded New York street and falls in love with him. Not when my family is 12 hours away from being deported to Jamaica. Falling in love with him won't be my story. Daniel, I've always been the good son, the good student, living up to my parents' high expectations, never the poet or the dreamer. But something about Natasha makes me think that fate has something much more extraordinary in store for both of us. So it's a romance. And there's a movie, so that'll be interesting to read that and then watch the movie. Then we have Fallen. What if the person you were meant to be with could never be yours? Ooh, suspenseful. There's something achingly familiar about Daniel Grigori. Mysterious and aloof, he captures Luce Price's attention from the moment she sees him on her first day at Sword and Cross boarding school in Savannah. He's the one bright spot in a place where cell phones are forbidden and the other students are screw-ups, and security cameras watch every move. Except Daniel wants nothing to do with Luce. He goes out of his way to make that very clear, but she can't let it go. Drawn to him like a moth to a flame, Luce has to find out what Daniel is so desperate to keep secret, even if it kills her. Dangerously exciting and darkly romantic. Okay, so it's a thriller and love story combined. Okay. I thought this was paranormal. Oh, the words are very big. That's nice. Okay. So that's Fallen. And then we've got Truly Devious. This one's about like a girl goes to the school and she meets, a girl goes to the school and there have been deaths there in the past and she tries to investigate them, and it's puzzles, and I've heard it's kind of like the Inheritance games. And if it is, then I should like it. If it's not, then I won't. There is a page in here that is, okay, we're just gonna leave it for now. But that's what that one's about. Very short description, but you can't know much about it. And then this is Twilight. That's all. Everyone knows what Twilight is. And this is Divergent. That's all. Everyone knows what Divergent is really too. This one, Now That I've Found You, it says, I think I'm going to be sick, so we can probably rule out that she's missing, Milo says, refolding the note and holding. This one is, following in the footsteps of her uber famous grandpa, 18-year-old Evie Jones is poised to be Hollywood's next big star. That is, until a close friend's betrayal leads her to being blacklisted. Fortunately, Evie knows just the thing to save her floundering career, a public appearance with America's most beloved actress, her grandma Gigi, aka the Evelyn Conaway. The only problem? Gigi is a recluse who's been out of the limelight for almost 20 years. Days before Evie is to present her grandma with an honorary award in front of Hollywood's elite, Gigi does the unthinkable. She disappears. With time running out and her comeback on the line, Evie reluctantly enlists the help of the last person to see Gigi before she vanished. Milo Williams, a cute musician Evie isn't sure she can trust. As Evie and Milo conduct a wild manhunt across New York City, romance and adventure abound while Evie makes some surprising discoveries about her grandma and herself. And that is my TBR for this month. So it's a lot of books, but it's less than last month. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 books. That's not that bad. I read more than that this month, but I didn't read all my TBR this month, so we're gonna see if I actually do it or not. But she can make her little cameo, Minnie Mouse. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, like, subscribe, and comment down below if you like any of these books, if you think I should pick any of them further, more video ideas, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.